Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Virgo, today we're going to focus on your past, present, as well as your future. And then we're also going to see the ultimate outcome of your current situation. But before we do all of that, Virgo, let's see what Spirit wants you to know about your current situation. What do you want Virgo to know about their current situation? Okay, so we do have shadow, which is very, very similar to the devil card. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. You might have Capricorn within your chart, but let's read the message behind shadow. Okay, so we have, you may feel bound by fear or unhealthy attachments. Recognize these patterns and take steps to free yourself. True empowerment comes from choosing liberation over limitation. Trust in your ability to reclaim your power. So currently at the moment, Virgo, it looks like you find yourself in a situation that you feel, think, and believe you have zero control over. Is basically what I'm getting. This could be referring to possibly, a marriage that you currently find yourself in, possibly a relationship that you currently find yourself in. Maybe you find yourself in a very toxic and unhealthy environment. So maybe your living situation may not be the best. Maybe your living situation is extremely toxic and chaotic. This could have a lot to do with possibly even a work environment for some of you out there. Maybe you find yourself currently working, in an environment that's very, very toxic and unhealthy. But we're going to look a little bit more into your situation and see what's going on, Virgo. But let's focus on your past, present, as well as your future for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, Virgo. So in the past, we do have the Two of Swords. I'm getting an energy of you being at a crossroads. This to me feels like an energy of you feeling stuck. Yeah. In the recent past, you were feeling extremely stuck and at a crossroads. Your current energy, though, is the Ace of Cups. This to me kind of feels like you finally see the light. You finally see the light. You finally see the exit door. I'm also getting that. You finally see the exit door. Ooh, there goes the devil in the near future. Ugh. Virgo, I feel like you're so ready to let this go, whatever this thing is to you, whether it be a very toxic and unhealthy, work environment, friendship, marriage, relationship. I just feel like you're so ready to let whatever this thing is go, but this thing is not ready to let you go. And this thing could definitely be a person, you know what I mean? This could definitely be a person. For some of you, you could very well be, trying your hardest to quit some type of addiction that, you may have, and that in itself might be very challenging and difficult for you. You may, like I said, you may be ready to let this go, but somebody's not ready to let this go. All right, we're going to get into that in a second, but let's look at the Two of Swords here in the recent past. Okay. Okay. All right, Virgo, I want to point something out to you. So you're harnessing this Two of Swords energy. Now I want you to actually look at the pictures here. So we have the Two of Swords here on the ground, and we have, two people walking away. And then we have this person over here that's holding the Three of Swords, okay? So it kind of looks like you've been dealing with somebody who has been, unfortunately, bringing a lot of pain and suffering into your life. It's kind of like that saying, hurt people hurt people. I feel like because this person is hurting and going through their own personal things, they, find themselves taking it out on you. So this could definitely indicate that this individual has had many bad, relationships. Therefore, they think you're out to get them. Therefore, they don't think that, you have their best interests at heart, making you pay for what somebody else has essentially put them through. Okay, that's a possibility. But regardless of the reasons behind why they are the way that they are with you, this person has been bringing in a lot of pain and suffering into your life. And in doing so, they've been pushing you away time and time and time again. Now, I can tell that you love this person. I could tell this person means a lot to you. And I could tell walking away from this person is not something that, you obviously want to do. Which caused you to feel stuck. It's like you don't want to continue to, sit here and experience this treatment from them time and time again. But you also don't want to leave them because they mean a great deal to you. So you found yourself again in a situation that caused you to feel, stuck, indecisive, But you also found yourself in a situation that you felt was completely and utterly out of your control, because you can't stop this person from treating you the way that they treat you, showing up in the ways that they've been showing up in this dynamic that, the two of you share with one another. You can't control them. You can't stop them. But you also don't want to stay here and continue to deal with it either, All right, let's look at this Ace of Cups energy. Again, I feel like you're starting to kind of see the light, see the exit door, if you will, is what I was primarily getting off of this Ace of Cups energy. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for a while, you had a very, very difficult time seeing the exit door. Seeing the exit door. I feel like your emotions, for this person was essentially making you blind to the fact that there is an exit door. There is, a way out. And I feel like you can see that exit door crystal clear now. It just kind of looks like, as much as you may want this person to change, as much as you may want this person to stop putting you through this and stop putting you through that because you don't deserve it, you don't necessarily feel like they're ever going to change. And we do kind of see you accepting that as much as you may want this person to change, they may not ever change. And because you're going based off of, how things have been playing out between the two of you thus far, it's causing you to furthermore believe, okay, you know what, this person's never going to change. I want them to change because I love them and I want to be with them, but they're never going to change. And I just need to accept that already, because the more you sit here and continue to tolerate what you've been tolerating and continue to go through what you've been going through, the more you start to see for yourself, okay, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to get better. This is not making me happy. This is not serving me in any way, shape, or form. That's when you start to see that exit door a little bit more clearly, because you're basically hopping out of your emotions. It's basically what I'm getting. You're hopping out of your emotions and you're kind of looking at things from like a logical perspective, not from an emotional one, because it kind of looks like what was keeping you stuck and bound to this person, despite everything that they put you through and the way that they would basically treat you. What kept you in this entire situation for as long as it has a lot to do with your heart. You know what I mean? It has a lot to do with you looking at things from an emotional standpoint. But we kind of see you hopping out of your emotions and seeing things from a logical standpoint. Logically speaking, things have not changed with this person. And this person continues to show you that they're not going to change. Your situation continues to show you it's not going to change. It's not going to get better. It's time to do something about it. So I do see you doing just that, because at the end of the day, with the Ace of Wands to the Ace of Cups coming out here, and by the way, the Ace of Cups basically represents happiness, joy, emotional satisfaction, all of that good stuff. The Ace of Wands speaks of our own personal wants and desires, Virgo. Deep down inside, you desire to be happy. And as much as you want to have that with this person, your 3D reality with this person continues to show you that it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And we do see you accepting that. And we do see you also seeing the exit door finally, the way out of this entire situation. And I do see you taking the necessary steps towards exiting this dynamic that you share with this person now that you see the exit door, which is something that I feel like you were very blind to in the past, but it was because your emotions weren't allowing you to see that exit door that was there the whole entire time. Now, in the near future, we do have the Devil. So let's see what's going on. Let's talk, Virgo. You may be ready to let go of them, but they are not ready to let go of you. This feels like your energy. This to me feels like an energy of you accepting the fact that, okay, this person's never going to change. It's time for me to start over. It's time for me to walk away. It's time for me to get back to, focusing on me and the life that I've always wanted to manifest and create for myself. So as you're making the decision to walk away from this person, okay, this person is not going to respond too well to all of this. They're not going to respond too well to all of this. I would love to look a little bit more into their energy just to kind of get, see what else we can get here. Because all I'm getting is anger and resentment. It's like this person's seeing red. It's like this person's seeing red. Tell me more about the devil. I'm getting, I knew it. 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 I keep getting that from them. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. This person feels like you've been planning on doing this for quite some time now as far as leaving them is concerned. They feel like you've been planning on doing this for quite some time now. I just feel like they're mad. I feel like they're so mad at you. They're so mad at you, Virgo. So mad at you. So mad at you. Like the anger that's running through this person is basically beyond words. Like they're so mad at you, Virgo. Oh. Let's look a little bit more. Tell me more about the devil. Wow. I feel like this is their energy. I feel like this is their energy. There's a lot of holding back coming from this person, Virgo. A whole lot of holding back coming from this person. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the energy that they're harnessing. They're just so full of anger and rage to the point where they're like purposely like trying their hardest to kind of hold themselves back from like allowing their anger to basically get the best of them. Alrighty then. We have the Three of Pentacles. We got the Six of Wands. And then we also have the Queen of Pentacles out here. Virgo, this to me kind of feels like an energy of you, like, how do I explain this? How do I explain it? I'm just saying, be careful. I understand why you're doing this. I'm just saying, be very, very careful. Tread lightly here, okay? Because I understand that this person put you through a lot. I understand that this person brought a lot of pain and suffering into your life. And I understand why you're showing up in this manner. This is like the epitome of you getting up and walking away with like a big Kool-Aid smile, you know, on your face. It's kind of like you're rubbing it in, you know, their face. Like, I'm the one getting the last laugh here. Ha ha ha. Joke's on you. You should have treated me right. Joke's on you. But anyways, see you later. Not really. Like, I understand why you're doing all this. I mean, given everything that you went through with this person, all the pain and suffering that they brought into your life, yeah, I mean, this feels like an awesome moment. You know what I mean? That you're experiencing on your end, you know, as far as getting up and walking away from them is concerned and like rubbing it in their face as you're on your way out. Just be careful because they're harnessing an energy that I really don't like. That is very alarming and concerning. This person is being full of rage and anger because of this choice that you're deciding to make as far as up and leaving them is concerned. You know, this person suffers from abandonment issues, Virgo. I don't know if you're consciously aware of that or not, but this individual suffers from abandonment issues. This could be stemming all the way back to this person's childhood. I understand that you're probably not going to care about all of that when the time comes for you to up and leave them. You know what I mean? I get that. But this is a very triggering moment for this person because you are, in their eyes, abandoning them, which is something that, you know, this person has been struggling with for many, many years as far as like abandonment issues are concerned. So in their eyes, you are abandoning them. You are leaving them. And that is, you know, filling this person up with a boatload of anger and rage, like to the point where they have to purposely hold themselves back from acting upon their anger and their rage. Okay, that's why I'm saying I understand the whole, well, I just want to have the last laugh. I just want to have the last laugh. You know, it's like, I get it. I understand. I understand. I get it. But this whole like rubbing it in their face, you know, like, I understand why you're doing it. I just don't recommend that you do it. You know what I mean? Like, what I personally recommend is that you just get up and go, and not do anything extra. You know what I mean? Because this is what's prompting them to fall into this energy. It's like you're getting up and you're walking away with a Kool-Aid smile on your face, like, ha 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 ha. Like, joke's on you, buddy. You know what I mean? Joke's on you. Good luck. See you later. Not really, because I'm leaving. I'm moving on with my life. Don't know what you're going to do, but, you know, whatever. Joke's on you, buddy. Should have treated me right. Like, I understand why you're doing this. I mean, before the Six of Wands comes a Five of Wands. You know, there's a lot of built up anger and rage, honey, that you have towards this one over here. Hence why you're exiting the way that you're exiting. I would just, I guess because I feel like you're doing this, I feel like you're doing all of this in their presence. You know, like if you were to like do this over like, email, text, phone call, all right, you know what, have at it. You know what I mean? Have at it, Virgo. But you're doing this in this person's presence. So that's kind of telling me they're like a few feet away from you, if that. You're doing this in this person's presence. You're doing it in this person's face. And they're falling into this energy. I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea, Virgo. If you want to do this, do it over the phone, do it over text, email, FaceTime, whatever. You know what I mean? But not like this. Not like all of, here you go, let me rub it in your face. You know what I mean? After everything you put me through, here you go. It's like, I just don't think it's a good idea. No. This person, not only does this person have abandonment issues, because I do believe that they do, I also feel like this person doesn't really have a good handle on their emotions, like, for example, you do. Like, you have more control over your emotions than they do. So it's just a recipe, honestly, for it's just a recipe for a disaster, to be very honest, Virgo. If you feel like you have to just, I gotta rub it in their face after everything that they put me through, I just gotta do this, I gotta do this, I would do it through FaceTime. I would do it through text. I would do it to FaceTime, whatever else is out there. I would do it in that way, not in let me do this in your face, I just don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. I do not recommend it. I don't recommend it. We have the Two of Wands. We got the Nine of Pentacles. And then we also have the Hangman. Yeah, this to me just kind of feels like you're aiming to get the last laugh here. And I feel like this person's just kind of like sitting there, like quiet, still, trying their hardest to compose themselves, trying their hardest to not snap. You know what I mean? And you're just like, well, anyways, good luck to you. Gotta go. See you later. Not really. I just don't recommend. I don't. Excuse me. I just don't recommend this, Virgo. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we also have the Chariot out here. We have the Moon to the Queen of Swords, and then we also have the World out here. All right, well, as far as the ultimate outcome is concerned, and to be honest, I don't feel like you're going to be shocked or surprised by this at all. But with the World to the Queen of Swords to the Moon coming out here, I do see this person trying to stop you. I do see this person trying to stop you. Are you going to be shocked or surprised by this? No, because I feel like this person has stopped you so many times. They might as well be, your personal police officer at this point. At this point. We have the Three of Cups, so the Three of Wands, and then we also have the Eight of Wands. they will try to stop you. They will definitely try to stop you. That's kind of, besides the point here. The real question is, are you going to let them stop you this time around? Because they're going to come back around your way, make a boatload of promises in your direction. I'll do whatever it takes, Virgo. You just tell me. And the real question is, are you going to let them stop you this time around? Are you going to? Because they're not doing anything that they haven't done before. This is the same sad song that they're singing in your direction. Oh, Virgo, please don't do this. How could you do this, Virgo? Same sad song. I don't know. Are you going to let them stop you or not? That's the real question. Because they've stopped you before every single time. Are you going to let them stop you again? And that in itself is entirely up to you. I feel like the only thing that's going to like prevent you from going back is if you do this. Remind yourself of this. Remind yourself of this and how badly you want it out. Because you just couldn't take it anymore. That's the only thing that's going to stop you, is by reminding yourself of this. Not this, not the good old times that you had with them, but this. So, I don't know. It's entirely up to you, my friend. But that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.